What is Gallium Data? Gallium Data is a smart database proxy. But what does that mean? When you think about a database system, you probably think about a database client, and by this I mean anything that talks to a database, such as an application, an app server, a report writer, etc. There's also a database server, and of course a network to allow the two to talk to each other. The database client is going to make requests using a query language or a command language, and the database server is going to return the data as requested. Gallium Data inserts itself into this dialog. The database client issues a request, sends it to Gallium Data, which applies your logic and potentially modifies the request, and sends it over to the server, which executes it. The server then comes up with the requested data, sends it to Gallium Data, which again applies your logic and potentially changes that data on the fly, or hides some records. Gallium Data then sends that data back to the database client. So why would you want to do that? To observe, to control, and to transform. Let's take an example. Let's say we have an urgent new business requirement. Anyone in Canada retrieving information about accounts over $10,000 must be recorded. But our existing apps cannot be changed in time, our database cannot be changed in time. What to do? In this example, Gallium Data is going to receive the data back from the database server and apply your logic to detect that an account over $10,000 is being accessed by a user in Canada and create an audit record of that access. Gallium Data will then forward the data to the database client without modification. Gallium Data is only an observer in this scenario. As a result, our business requirement is satisfied, our existing apps don't have to change right away, our database doesn't have to change. Our logic to do all of this can be very fine-grained and flexible. Let's take another example. We have another urgent business requirement. Orders over $1,000 cannot be deleted. Again, our existing apps cannot be changed in time. What can we do? In this scenario, Gallium Data receives the requests from the database clients, whatever they are, and by applying the logic that you've defined in Gallium Data, it detects that this is a deletion from orders. It therefore changes the request to make sure that the business requirement is enforced. Let's take one final example. The country of Swaziland has changed its name to Eswatini, so we have to update our database to request that. But we have some legacy apps that cannot accommodate this change. This is a fairly common scenario. Here, Gallium Data receives the data as it comes back from the server, and again, by applying the logic that you define in Gallium Data, depending on who is requesting this data, it may translate the data to accommodate our legacy apps. As a result, our database can be updated to reflect reality without breaking our legacy apps. This kind of transformation can be conditional on any number of factors. This is a very powerful environment. So that's what Gallium Data does. It observes all database interactions, controls all requests and responses, and transforms them as needed. How does it work? We've seen that Gallium Data is inserted between the databases and the clients. It works at the wire protocol level and acts as a proxy that can change the traffic going either way. The client and the servers require absolutely no change. You define your logic using filters in Gallium Data, which can be customized to do just about anything. The databases supported by Gallium Data today are Postgres and Mongo, including their cloud versions and all the other databases that use their protocols such as Cockroach, Timescale, and so on. MySQL is coming soon with other databases coming after that. Because it works at the wire protocol level, Gallium Data supports all clients for these databases in any language on any platform and requires no change to the clients or the servers. Anything that obeys these database protocols will work out of the box. Gallium Data can be used at no cost for any purpose in any environment. It requires Docker or any environment that can run Docker containers, such as Kubernetes or Containerd. There are no limits to its scalability. You can run as many copies as required. Try it out for yourself. Go to galliumdata.com and see how Gallium Data can give you a whole new level of control over your databases.